Hello, good morning, and welcome to the 16th episode of. Wait. No, I think this is the 17th. I don't know. I lose count. I do all the video editing, so I know it, but I don't know it until I see what was the last video I edited. But nonetheless, welcome to this week's
Another godly
episode
episode.
of Blerd Lines Podcast. I have tied up Nick. I have tied up Perry. I have tied up Captain NU. He is in my basement. He ain't coming back. So, with that being said, it is your boy Greg from Dad Pad Gaming and the one, the only, the brown face, smiley face, curly hair, purple hair, assassin,
Hey.
Lady Gunner. How you doing today, sister girl?
I'm doing good, just dealing with life, waking up, even though I've been up for an hour, still want to go back to sleep. You know how we
Yeah.
do around here.
Yeah, welfare
Welfare
junkie in the
junkie,
building. You know
hello.
what I'm saying? Yes, welcome, welfare junkie. I love your name and hate it at the same time. Gotta love it. But nonetheless, it's been. I feel like it's been a very long time. I know it's probably only been like a week or two, but I was on vacation, and I miss you, Lady Gunner. How are you? What's new?
I miss you too. Nothing new other than starting to save this money up and update my streaming services or whatever. Get back into streaming. I haven't streamed in like a month. It's been under construction, but we're getting back out there. How
Right.
you
It'd be like
been?
that.
How was your vacation time?
Oh, fam. Vacation was wonderful, man. Um, I know I kind of talked about this a little bit on the show, but we went to Disney World.
Mm-hmm.
We were at Disney World for 7 days. We had tickets to the parks for 6 out of those 7 days. We went to the Star Wars realm called Batu. I got to make a lightsaber. Like, I can show you guys that if you want to see it later. Just let me know in the chat.
Heck yeah.
See, look, Lady Gunner already said she wants to see it, so I'll pull it out here shortly. Boss. Um,
Whip it
but
out.
hey,
Pause.
but along with that, we got to. I mean, every park except for the water park. It was hot as hell. I was saying before the show that we were like 95 to 100 degrees almost every day, plus humidity on some of those days, and people were not drinking water. There were like 1 to 3 people being wheeled out on stretchers every day at every park that we went to. It was insane. The kids loved it. My daughter absolutely adores Minnie and Mickey Mouse, but hates the costume counterparts. Like, she
Oh,
literally screamed at Minnie and Mickey and Pluto and Donald and Goofy, and then turned around like the next hour and was like, "I want that Minnie Mouse doll." And we were like,
yeah. She said only a certain size. Y'all too big right now. Get away from me. Don't
"Yeah,
touch me.
right, yeah." No, that's literally what my son said. We were at this place called Chef Mickey's, which is a really awesome. It's like a family style slash all you can eat restaurant for we like to go there for brunch because they have really good eggs and like Mickey shaped waffles. And
Mm-hmm.
while you're eating, all of the core Mickey Mouse characters except for Daisy Duck will come around, take pictures, hug the kids, so on and so forth. So when Goofy came around, he hugs all the kids, and then he's ready to like take a picture. He takes my youngest son by the hand and like tries to like pull him into frame, and my son like pulls his hand back. He's like, "Hey, just let me go." Will. Yeah, man, it was
Not hey, just
nuts.
let me go. What?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Speaking of which, he just actually pulled up on us here. Hello, Kai. But my boy T Will the Don in the chat also says to show it with a pause. So we're gonna show it. Give me 1 second, I'll pull it out here. Yes, Kai. Go ask Brayden. All right. So here is my lightsaber, guys. This
Got
is
a whole bag
yeah.
for it.
Yeah, they give you this. This thing is like plastic and like I mean like a metal and kind of like a tempered plexiglass. So like inside of this case, it's all like styrofoam foam kind of
Hmm.
casing to keep it safe because I have to travel on a plane with this thing. Um, but here it is. I'm gonna come in close as you can see here. the hilt. Yeah, I pretty much got to design this, and there are like multiple different parts for it. And then, yeah,
How much did that cost?
this
Oh,
was, yeah, it's pretty official. And it's
does it
really,
make the lightsaber sound like zzz, zzz?
yeah. You probably can't hear it in the mic because I have like microphone filter set up if it's not at a particular level. But yeah, like when
Yeah.
you swing it, or I might be able to hit my hand hard enough, you might be able to see like a flash when I hit it.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
this guy. So how much it costs is kind of a trick question.
It
Um,
depends on how you build it.
no, so it's not actually no. So the rate itself is flat. It's like 220. But the 220 also comes with an experience, which was really really awesome. Um, if you are curious, I can share that with you in an inbox because it was like a maybe like a 20-minute deal where you get to
Mm-hmm.
like it was kind of crazy. They had the entire world themed off. Yes, Kai. Okay, go wake up Brayden. Okay, thank you. Yes, he is. Brayden is here. Okay, but yeah, like I said, like they had the whole world sectioned off, and I don't know if like you guys have ever been to Disney World, but everyone is in character. So like we get to Batu, which is the Star Wars planet that the Star Wars realm is set on. And
Mm-hmm.
as we are like walking through, we see a random Wookiee, which is one of those Chewbacca guys, just like walking through, waving at people, doing the thing and all that stuff. And we're like, hey, look, Wookiee, cool. So as we get in line, well, I get in line because my kids were building droids. One of them made a BB-8 unit, and one of them made an R2 unit, and those are pretty awesome as
Oh.
well. Um, but as I'm getting in line, the Wookiee's like, hey, what's up, guys? Not really saying what's up. He's in character, so he's just growling at people and stuff. But he leaves, and like 15 minutes later, like these 3 or 4 stormtroopers come by, completely and totally talking like all types of shit. Like, hey, have y'all seen a Wookiee through here? And people are like, nah. And they're like almost like pushing people like in the crowd, like, you've seen them. Tell us. Like, whoa,
That
these
seemed
guys.
like a fun
Yeah,
job. Not gonna lie.
it was pretty awesome. And like even to the point like the people that worked outside of Savi's lightsaber shop is what it's called. They instruct you that if any stormtroopers ask you what you're doing, you're supposed to let them know that you're looking for scrap metal. Because if you mention lightsabers to them, they are outlawed in Batu where you are, and they will essentially start to heckle you. So
You know
yeah,
way.
it was pretty dope. Um,
I want to say lightsaber just to see what they do.
yeah, like there was another ride where we were it was like an actual ride where we got kidnapped by the Republic or whatever. And like they took us to an interrogation room, and I completely knocked out my son because they're like, what are you guys doing? Why are you with the rebels? And I'm like, it's this guy's idea. And they legit started to drill him like, why were you flying that ship? What were you doing? Where were
I
you
bet your son
going?
was like,
What
Dad, how
cargo did
could
you
you?
have? And I'm like, like it was really awesome. Um,
I'm like,
yeah.
that's dope.
Yeah, but speaking of really awesome, we've got a lot of things on the docket for today. We've got a Final Fantasy VII Remake Trilogy plus some. We've got Summer Game Fest impressions now that we're past the hype of it. Starfield gameplay and PlayStation Plus Premium Live. So with that being said, there's a wild cat just appeared.
Oh yeah,
Yes.
she.
Everybody
Oh,
say
well,
hi
that's
to the
just
cat.
gonna bug me all day.
Yeah.
Say hi, Doja.
Hey Doja Cat the cat. We gotta love it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So Lady Gunner, we'll do the honors. Where would you like to start today? Final Fantasy stuff, thoughts of Summer Games Fest, Starfield, or PlayStation Plus Premium?
We're gonna start with that Final Fantasy.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So if you guys have been around and been following after my guy Perry and Blerd Lines podcast here, Perry has been going crazy catching every particular show that he can live. And this past week, we actually got the Final Fantasy VII 25-year anniversary stream, which one makes me feel extremely old because that game's been out for 25 years. Two, it makes me feel extremely old because that game has been out for 25 years. Um, but out of that, we got a lot of Final Fantasy news in the world of Final Fantasy 7. Um, Most noteworthy, we got an announcement for kind of I'm not sure if it's like if it's going to be a remaster or a complete remake, but we are getting Final Fantasy VII Crisis Core Reunion, which is going to be a remake and or upres port to come to basically all modern consoles, and that's going to be Crisis Core. Lady Gunner, have you played Final Fantasy Crisis Core?
Not
Gotta
the
go get
Crisis
Brayden.
Core. I played Final Fantasy 8 before. The recent one I played was what's the only one? 16, 15? And
Uh,
I played the
14, I think. I think
Final Fantasy
14's.
14 is online.
Yeah, I think that's the one you've been playing. Final Fantasy 14 Realm and Reborn, and then
Yeah.
15 was
Oh, that's
with
14.
Noctis in the
Dang,
game.
that game's so old.
Yeah,
But I've been
yeah. They launched that, and then it was really bad, and then they like I think 15 came out, and then they relaunched it as a Realm Reborn, and it was really good at that point. So
yeah.
around longer than people have actually loved it.
Yeah, but I didn't. I played Rebirth and I played one. I think it was one that came on PSP. Maybe. I think
Yeah,
I played. I think I played Lightning Returns. I think that was on. I think that was on the Xbox at one point. But
yeah. I remember
I
those
played a
ones.
couple. It was like it was never in order. Though. I always wanted to play them in order, but they was always like here and there.
Yeah, which is fine because like Final Fantasy games are definitely games that you don't have to play in order. You can play them however they're released, quite honestly, because
Yeah.
like so long as like you're not playing 13-2 and then Lightning Returns and then 13, you're fine. But like the core Final Fantasies 1 through what 16 upcoming, they are
hmm
all separate stories. So long as it's not a 10 and 10-2 or 13-13-2 and Lightning Returns, you are fine. So don't worry, like you're good. Now, quite honestly, Final Fantasy VII Crisis Core is a Final Fantasy game that I have never played. I remember it was released on PSP. I never actually owned a PSP. My little brother did, and he was so stuck on that stupid Daxter game. Sorry, I know you like Jack and Daxter, but he
That game
was,
was amazing.
yeah, like he was so stuck on that game that any time that I tried to attempt to like commandeer his PSP for maybe like a week so that I could try a game on it, it just would not happen. And
yeah.
then that was of course before the digital revolution. So by time he was over it, he broke the UMD like slot that you would put the games in. So there was just no way for me to play it.
I wasted
Yeah.
water on my screen. It would not come back. The power light would come on, but the screen would not come on. I was destroyed. I was like,
Man.
no,
Yeah,
I never finished Dax's story.
that PSP was like a vibe though, man. Like I remember those came out. They had the built-in cameras. You could put your music and movies on them and stuff. Like for the time, that was. I mean, I think in a lot of ways, the PSP was like the revolution for like where smartphones are now. Because at the time the PSP did it, there was like the sidekick that kind of did it. But
hmm
really, that PSP with all of its functionality was like the first time we had a device that could do gaming, internet, and everything in between. Um,
T-Will
Before,
said the PSP was great and before its time.
yeah, it absolutely was. Um, but yeah, but along with that, because neither one of us have played Crisis Core, we
hmm
can head on to like the meat and potatoes here. They announced that Final Fantasy VII remake is a trilogy, y'all. So we got Final Fantasy VII remake that came out in 2020. And then we are turning around. Kai, he is coming. Please stop. Thank you. And then we also got Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, which is going to be part two of this trilogy. And they have confirmed that that is going to be released in winter of 2023. Lady Gunner, have you seen that trailer?
I think that's the only trailer I really haven't seen yet
Yeah.
for up and coming release games.
Yeah, so You didn't really miss much. Like some people are you know praising the game already. We got if you're familiar with Sephiroth, who is like the big baddie in Final Fantasy VII, super long katana, super long like silver ish with a tinge of purple hair depending on who's
Mm-hmm.
drawing them. Um, he was walking with our boy Cloud Strife. There was some clues in the narrative about what this game is about, and what they are essentially implying is that in one way or another the timeline is broken.
Mm.
And while they acknowledge that Final Fantasy VII, the original, is core story, they are saying that though the future is written, they can rewrite it. 350 for 4 minutes on his waffles, please. Um, which is kind of interesting. So we'll have to kind of see what that entails. But I'm really excited about the game. It is very obvious that because they put those roots in place with Final Fantasy VII Remake, Final Fantasy VII Remake was a game that took very long to develop because they had to figure out everything. They had to figure out the battle systems, they had to figure out the character models, they had to figure out everything. Um,
Yeah, but I don't think that's no excuse, bro. 25. It took y'all 25 years.
well, no, so
Like,
it wasn't 25 years. I think it was like 5 years from like the official announcement to when the game came out. I could be wrong. They did like I know like when the PS3 came out, they did like this weird teaser, or it was like a where it was like basically like a model of, hey, this is how cool your PS3 games can look, and they used Final Fantasy VII like as a teaser remake for like a tech model of what the PS3 could do, and that really rubbed people the wrong way. But all in all, I think that it makes sense that this game could be ready by December, just simply because Final Fantasy VII Remake has already set the groundwork. We already know what the battle system looks like. We know what the characters look like. We really have everything except for like the new environments. So that kind of allows them, I guess, to focus more in on the narrative than the gameplay aspects of things. Um, so I'm excited to see what it is. Now, like on your end, Lady Gunner, have you played the Final Fantasy VII remake and or completed it just yet?
I've been watching my cousin play it. I don't. I didn't want to play it because I was focusing. I'm trying to focus on Final Fantasy: A Realm Reborn. Trying to catch up to everybody. I'm like a level 100 right now.
Does
Or
that
95.
uh, wait? You said 100 or
Yeah,
95?
it's
That's a bad
yeah, it's
level.
somewhere. No, well, no, cause they got PvP on there now, and everybody
Oh,
else is like 160 and like
who's
160 and up.
who's everybody else? Like what?
Like my other friends I play, like Derek plays it, Corey plays it, Mari plays it. She's like a, I don't know what level witch she is, but like I don't know, she's a very powerful witch.
See that's crazy to me because I love RPGs, but I am absolutely positively a single player in RPGs. Hey, Slub Love, how you doing, girl? But with that being said, I am of a class that once you hit level 99 and or 100, you are done. So for
Because they've
you,
been dropping DLCs. They got PvP. You don't want
man,
to be a level 99 and then you go against a level 150 in PvP because then you're gonna be like, why am I here?
yeah, I don't want that smoke. I don't want that smoke. You can give me my Cloud, my Zidane. You can give me even Squall, Titus, whoever. Just give me level 99, level 100. I don't need that other action in my life. I'm honestly afraid of Final Fantasy 14 because I know that it's a really good game. I know that I love Final Fantasy games for the most part. I am deathly afraid of actually playing that game, falling in love with it, and ignoring my children. So yeah, I'm never gonna touch it just because I know I already regret the fact that I'm playing Destiny 2 again. Um
Like, why are you regretting that? It's life or not. The Wish Queen.
because there are other games that I could play.
Did you see the trials gear? I
I
understand.
know, I don't know,
It is
no.
a
See, no.
double-edged sword for me playing Destiny and 2K because 2K added a season pass in there, And the higher level you go up, the slower the bar feels. Then I gotta grind on Destiny, do all my pinnacles before reset on Tuesday, which remind me I gotta do my other character. I got 3 characters.
Hey,
Like,
there's double rewards over in what's that right now? Gambit. So I played about 5 or 6 rounds of Gambit last night just for kicks and giggles. So yeah,
mhm.
Destiny 2 is no. T Will, no, you're not gonna influence me. Destiny 2 is not life. You know what life
Destiny
is?
is life.
Life is life, okay? You almost got me. I almost fell for it. I almost fell for the propaganda. Okay. Um, but nonetheless, and then lastly, with that Final Fantasy remake trilogy, they also announced that while Final Fantasy VII Rebirth is in active development set for December 2023 or winter 2023, excuse me. So just maybe holiday season more so. Um, oh God, Liv has just started downloading Destiny 2. Oh
Sorry.
no. You stop it. You stop
I
it.
love when I get more friends on Destiny
Oh
because like
gosh.
it's so boring playing by yourself.
Lady
But
Gunner, we gotta play
once you
together.
get
I like it's been too long. I think we played like before we like linked up and we became buddies. We played maybe once together inadvertently, but we actually need to play together.
yeah,
But we're not gonna talk about Destiny
I
2
but it sound like
because
Destiny 2 calling our name though.
no, stop
So
it. It's not calling our names. Okay, it's saying
I don't
Bill
know.
and
Do
my
you,
name
do you
is
hear this?
Greg.
Do you
Okay,
hear this? As
Destiny,
soon as this podcast over.
Destiny 2. Yeah, no. But seriously, we also had the Final Fantasy remake 7 Final Fantasy 7 remake 3 which was announced to be in development right now as well. Which will be a PS5 exclusive along with Final Fantasy 7 Rebirth, which is part 2. Um so kind of some interesting stuff there to see that while Final Fantasy VII Crisis Core Reunion, all these super long names are ridiculous. That one is
Mm-hmm.
coming to basically all modern consoles from Switch all the way and from power scale, not by release date, from Switch all the way up into the Xbox Series X, since technically it's the strongest by power, and PC as well. That's coming everywhere. But Final Fantasy VII Remake 2 and 3, essentially, those guys are PS5 exclusives. And we don't know. Maybe they'll be forever. Maybe they'll come to PC. Maybe they'll be on Xbox one day. Since Persona just magically popped up there out of nowhere, which was completely and totally unexpected. But we don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so I guess next we can go ahead and get into none other than Starfield gameplay. Lady Gunner, have you seen the Starfield gameplay?
I have seen it, and it is it's kind of chill, kind of likable. It gives me the third person view gives me like Mass Effect 3 vibes, and the first person camera, like everybody's been saying, No Man's Sky. But I also like how the graphics kind of remind me of like Death Stranding. So
Yeah,
it's kind of like a combination of all three. And then I like how you can customize your character and like choose where they're from, and like I guess it'll be like they perks or whatever. But I mean, I want to see some real like live action, like shooting and
yeah,
movement.
definitely.
Yeah.
Now, like personally, I feel like, and this is kind of funny, because like me and Nick have kind of bumped heads about this several times, like over the last maybe like month or whatever. I don't know. Nonetheless, that is why he is tied up in my basement right now. Okay, so in the chats, definitely give a free parry. Maybe I'll free him. Maybe I won't. Who knows? I really don't care.
Ties them up.
Right. Regardless, it's funny because like the thing is, as I've been beating the drums on, everyone is hype about this game. We don't know what it is. We've not seen it.
Mm,
We don't know what it is. Why are people so excited? And as Nick has said, which a lot of other people have said, is Skyrim in space. That's all we need to know. That's what is his name? Todd Howard, Todd Phillips. I forget what his name is over at
But is it
Bethesda.
gonna be like Skyrim though? Because Skyrim's a good game, and if it flop, I'm gonna be mad at everybody that says Skyrim in space. I'm gonna
Yeah.
be livid.
And that's my whole thing. Like looking at this game now, it is absolutely not Skyrim in space. Like, is it a game in space that looks like it'll allow you to have some agency? Absolutely. But it's kind of crazy looking at it now, how many parallels people are drawing to this being No Man's Sky, but the AAA version. And how many people are, I mean, like, and don't get me wrong, like, there are people that are absolutely positively excited about Starfield, but like, my thing, well, one of the things that I noticed while I did watch this, I had no business watching it because I was on vacation, but I wanted to watch it because I was curious and I was excited to see what this game was. But this is the game that is set hundreds of years. I think they said like 300 years in the future was what the date was, somewhere along that time. We have developed spaceships that allow us to travel between solar systems, and there's supposed to be 1,000 different planets that you can explore within this game. Which they did not specify if those are going to be procedurally generated or actually handcrafted worlds. And for anyone that doesn't know, procedural generation, what that means is when you go to a planet, it's not something that is like handcrafted by game designers and you know, and graphic designers and, you know, everyone and like artists, but they use computers to create a planet that randomly generates every time you go to it. So they didn't specify that for 1,000 quote unquote unique planets. I'm gonna assume that they're gonna be procedurally generated. Yes, buddy. Okay, Brayden, get him some syrup. Everybody in the chat, please tell Brayden to get my son Kai some syrup, please. For the love of God, get him some syrup. Get it.
You gonna make him waffles with no syrup? What kind of monster are you?
Right. Monster child. Dry Eggo waffles. Gosh, what is wrong with
Here's
that
your
kid?
Waffles. Where's my syrup?
Right. Who do you think he is? 11? No one else eats dry Eggos but 11. Shout out to 11. But yeah, but like I said, it's crazy that this is a game that is set 300 years in the future. We've developed all of this technology to allow us to fly between different solar systems and different galaxies and planets and blah, blah, blah. But we're still shooting like SMGs with bullets in them? Like, what? Like, there's still like a regular handgun with like regular ammunition? Like, it was like the most jarring thing to, like, for me at least, to see the game, and it's like, wow, this is pretty, wow, this is awesome, wow, look at that weird alien thing, oh, they're gonna show combat, oh wait, that's a pistol, why is he shooting a pistol, like, what?
Because we're 300 years into the future, but we haven't found laser powered plasma machine.
Something,
right?
I mean, let's be honest, like, and I don't mean this in a bad way, because like a lot of games are derivative of other games. Like Mario 64's DNA is in so many games today that we couldn't even count them all. Like, so I don't like mean to like frown upon them when I say this, but looking at Starfield, it legit looks like Mass Effect had a baby with No Man's Sky. Like, what stopped them from going further and be like, you know what? Destiny has some really cool guns that have some futuristic vibes to them. Let's try to emulate what they're doing with our weapons so that they at least feel somewhat otherworldly. You know?
Yeah, all I'm going to say is anybody that uses the Jotun, get out of here. The door's over there. Get out.
I Jotun. I will Jotun in the trials, actually, and not feel bad about it.
Who does that? I hate that because Jotun is no skill, bro. You just aim and you don't even gotta aim. You just let go. I hate that. When I get killed by the Jotun, especially in trials, I'd be so mad. I'd be so mad.
Slut Love, why? But what? But like what did I do? Did I do something? It's Earth people going into space. Yes, and it's also 300 years in the future. Again, if you can create a thruster to fly into outer space to different planets, interplanet travels, why are we still just shooting pistols? You know, that's my only thing. You know, I mean, think about it. 300.
Maybe it took us 300 years just to make the thrusters.
Yeah,
And we couldn't figure out no new guns.
Yeah. but I'll show you a thruster. But yeah, I'm here for it, Liv. I'm here for it. But
Not the demon time, ma'am.
right. But see, so yep, yellow card, not a red card, but definitely yellow. Um, but this is my thing. If you look at guns 300 years ago, and I'm gonna Google what guns from the 1700s and see what we get, because I assure you, we were using like muskets and stuff. So it's like you mean that
1700. I think that was like still swords.
maybe so, maybe it was crossbows. Like I don't know. But you mean to tell me that our weaponry has not advanced at all? Like, look at my cell phone today versus the cell phones we used 15 years ago. Like, they are completely different devices. They don't even look alike. You mean to tell me that we make no advancements
Oh
in
no, they
weaponry?
had guns. Them the Pirate of the Caribbean guns. Oh my god,
Right, that's what
it's
I'm
a
saying.
musket.
You know what I'm saying? They had one of these joints where you had to put the bullets in and you had to stuff
You
it
have to
in
put
there.
that gun in there. Yeah. Oh my
that's
god.
that's what I'm saying. It's like, come on, man, come on. Look, 1700s guns. I'm
There was some
googling this right
calibers.
now because I know it's something. Yeah, look at this. This looks like something. Something my guy. Can y'all see that?
Four scores and centuries ago.
You know what I'm saying? That is Jack Sparrow's pistol, y'all. You mean to tell me that from 1700s to 2020 we got, or 2022 now, we got automatic weapons, Gatling guns, all of this stuff in between. We've got giant microwaves that are supposedly used,
Maybe
EMP
let's give it a
bombs.
chance though.
Like,
Maybe that's the starter guns. Like,
maybe. I hope so. But I don't know. I just feel like with a game like this that people have been waiting for, you should put your best foot forward. And if you have completely, totally crazy guns that shoot out like drones and like, cause think like Ratchet and Clank, like when those Ratchet and Clank games come out, what they use the guns as part of the marketing. Like, hey, we've got all these crazy wonky ass guns, and you can shoot out sheeps and have the sheeps blow up in people's face, like whatever else. I don't know, but
speaking of that,
uh
Destiny
oh,
has a gun that shoots out parasites. If you want to
yeah,
do
the
that, what?
colony is one of them.
Hmm.
The colony was
No,
so
no, it's
overpowered when it
another
first
one
came out.
called. I think it's actually called Parasite.
It might be. I think I seen that one too. But yeah, let's see the gun they
Not the gun they
use.
used to shoot Lincoln, please.
Right, you
You
know what I'm
need to
saying?
leave.
Right, look, T Will Don is on one today, man. You gotta chill out, bro. You gotta
Oh my
chill out.
god, we need some red cards.
Yeah, we absolutely do. But I mean, you get what I'm saying though. Like, and like showing what they showed of the game. Like, am I gonna say that this game looks bad? Absolutely not. Like, I still think the game looks awesome. I do think
Hmm.
that it still has potential. But like where they told us that this was Space Skyrim, I don't really see that. Like I was startled by how quickly the game went from like Mass Effect like vibes to Call of Duty. But
Yeah, I think everybody just has their perspective, like on games that really catch their attention. Like, can't nobody tell me nothing when they start dropping trailers for Dragon Age and Mass Effect. Y'all can point out all in the, oh, the ground is too rocky, doesn't look
the
realistic.
ground is too. I hope no one
Oh my
ever points out that the
god.
problem with the game is that the ground is
The
too
ground is too
rocky.
rocky. Their hair don't move in the wind, and like I had one person complain. He's like, "It's not realistic enough. Like the hair don't move when they're in the wind." And I'm like, "Bro,
You know
they
what?
face weird. What does it matter?"
Right. It's like I'm playing as a purple person who slays dragons with a magic wand. Their hair blowing in the wind is not the point of realism that I'm actually worried about, my good sir.
That's for other people. When Red Dead Redemption 2 came on PS5,
Right.
everybody was like, "Oh my god, the horse moves. You can see the horse nuts. They poop." And I'm like, "Bro, y'all excited for horse nuts? Like,
Right. You
what?"
know,
They was excited for that. Like, I
like
remember people
speaking of
coming to
which,
GameStop saying that, and I was like, "Okay."
yeah, that's such a weird point. Like, I don't know if you ever caught like a couple months back, they were doing this thing on Twitter where the console wars on Twitter is like the most entertaining place to consume console war stuff because it gets really, really like ridiculous. But there was this thing where when Halo came out, they were running around in Halo and shooting fruit to see how realistic the splatter was. And then from there they decided to go into like Call of Duty, The Last of Us 2, and like a couple other games and start shooting at fruit and other random inanimate objects in those games to compare in order to use that comparison as fuel in a console war discussion. And I thought it was like the weirdest thing ever. It's like, dude, like who's playing a video game to shoot at a fucking cup on a counter?
I want to know who idea was that.
Right. Like,
Let's go shoot a banana.
yeah, this is the most realistic game. We're gonna go shoot at this cup of fruit on the table, and then we're gonna compare it to PlayStation games. Like, go away. We don't need that space in video games. Definitely not. But all around, like again, I think Starfield is a game that looks interesting. I'm not sold on it. I think I need to see more of it before I, well, I guess I'm not going to pre-order it since I'll probably just like plug in on Game Pass and go that way for it. So I guess I don't have to be sold, which is probably the lore of Game Pass. But Lady Gunner, on your end, like, is this something that is motivating you to upgrade your PC or pushing you to get an Xbox to kind of get into it at this point?
The only reason why I'm getting an Xbox is for the Rick and Morty game coming out. High on Life, no ma'am. Mm-mm. That Rick and Morty game coming out called High on Life.
Yeah,
It's like a virtual reality game that but that's the show, so that'd be the only reason why I get an Xbox. But other than that, Starfield, not really. Like I said, look interesting. Like if my brother wanna like, hey, let Angel, let's get this, and I split it with him, but it's not like one of my top excitement games I'm waiting for. Like
yeah,
I said, Dragon Age and Mass Effect.
yeah, definitely. Mass Effect, Mass Effect. You got to lean into
Mass
that at
Effect.
Mass Effect. They should let you do a trailer where you just do it in a. Can you do like your raspiest voice and just say Mass Effect?
Mass Effect.
That sound more like ashy than raspy, but it's okay.
Oh, Mass Effect. I don't
Ooh.
got no raspy voice.
That would
Got
cut
that
me off
demon
guard.
voice. I be practicing in the dark. I don't think I got a raspy voice. Now I'm gonna have to practice that thing.
it was it was that second time after I said more ashy than raspy. That like what?
Not too ashy.
I
Oh
didn't
my
I didn't
god.
know that you had that in you. That
I
was
didn't know my voice can be ashy. This sounds ashy. What if
yeah.
I talk like that for real?
If
We
you
will be
sound
friends.
if you sound like that for real, I would suggest you to drink a cup of lotion. Okay? So just be happy that you don't. Because yeah, it'd be lotion, it'd be a coconut oil smoothie, it'd be something. It'd be like, yo, sis,
Dang,
we
bro.
gotta hydrate those vocal cords, and water ain't
I'm
enough.
sorry. I smoke like 20 cigarettes a day. Yes.
You know what's funny, and it's not funny since you brought up cigarettes. While I was on vacation, my wife brought to my attention that she read a headline that said that Post Malone smokes like 80 cigarettes a day, and
Really?
he absolutely looks like he does. Like, am I wrong here? Like, does that headline surprise you? Like, the number is shocking, but all in all, when you look at Post Malone, it's kind of like,
Yeah, it's
yeah,
kind of shocking to me. He's more of like I know he drinks, so like how he look doesn't. I expect him to be like a Bud Light type of guy. Like he's bald headed, got a little like you're a Budweiser type of guy, Bud Light. But I didn't know he smoked 12 packs a day. Like
is
boy,
that
what?
12 packs? I don't know how many packs like 80 cigarettes in a day is, but go for
I
what you
mean,
know,
it's
Bow.
gonna be more than four.
Yeah, whew, whew. How many packs is it? How many
Dang, he
cigarettes is in a
trying
pack?
to get rid of his lungs early at this point.
Yeah, it's crazy. He said he don't need lungs to sing. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
I'm a rapper. What is lungs?
Right. But is he really a rapper? I don't know what Post Malone is. He is a musical artist. Okay.
Hmm.
Yeah. 24. That's 24 packs, or the 24 cigarettes in a pack. Either which way, it's an obscene amount. Like, he needs to go. What is that gum called? Nicorette. He needs to go get him some of those patches. He needs some Nicorette. He need all of that because 80 cigarettes in a day is absolutely obscene.
Your
Yeah.
nicotine levels are off the charts.
Right. He's like he wakes up and just eats cigarettes for breakfast, and that is insane. And I might not be real. I don't know because I don't think my wife read the article or fact checked it because she rarely does. She just comes to me and then I fact check
Speaking of
things.
articles, not to go
Uh
off
oh.
topic here, but did you hear about the elephant and the lady?
The what? The
The
elephant.
elephant and the old lady.
It
You
sounds like
know,
a
so
sounds like a dirty joke coming.
no,
Brace
no,
brace yourselves, chat.
this elephant trampled this lady, right? So she died. It was like a 70-year-old lady. Couple of days later, they having her funeral. The elephant shows up at her funeral, takes her body out the casket, flings it
No.
around, ignores everybody else, and then tramples her again. Turns out,
What?
tramples her again. Turns out she was throwing rocks at it because poachers was trying to steal something. I guess steal like one of her kids, or it's still like her tusk or
Yes.
something. Like these poachers was out there. She was trying to
What?
distract the elephant. Elephant came back to the again and trampled her 2 times. Like I know
What?
elephants got, elephants have like damn near perfect memory. This elephant found this lady again at her
Bruh.
funeral, took her out, and threw her around, and then stepped on her again and then left.
Like,
Like one trample is not enough. I gotta kill you 2 times.
you know what? That is like the most gangster shit I've ever heard. Like, could you what? It's like I killed you and I'm gonna come to your funeral and I'm gonna kill you again.
Desecrated, threw her body around, and then trampled her again and then left. But
Yeah.
everybody was like, why would it do that? Why would it do that? Turns out she was throwing rocks at him. Elephants got good memory. So if he seen her
Yeah.
laying there, he probably was like, oh, you back again? Came back.
Say, oh yeah, you not done? Are you done or is you finished? Because now you both, lady. Like,
Whole new
goodness.
meaning of on site. Man.
Right. Right. That is crazy.
He
Like,
trampled her again. They said he escaped a wildlife habitat
no.
to find her funeral and kill her again.
That is crazy. I don't ever want beef with the elephant. We actually saw some elephants on vacation. And I hope that they don't remember me. Like, hey, them
Yeah,
them
if you did
mofos
something,
that
they
was
gonna
riding
remember
through at
your
Disney
face.
World. Yeah,
That's the
no.
man that threw a peanut at my baby. Come here, Greg.
Not that the elephant knows me by name.
Elephants remember by face. And she, you coming in with them dreads and that little beard and glasses. Oh, I remember you. Come here.
Did you just call this a beard?
Little beard, mustache on.
You hear that, chat? She said I got a beard, y'all.
Oh boy, he got a beard, y'all. He got a beard.
I got a beard. Yes, I got a beard. Like, I got a beard.
That's crazy.
Show my beard. Yo, man. Thank you, son. Lady Gunner has labeled my chin hairs as a beard. You know what's just really sad? This is like a year, 2 years maybe. But you have validated the existence of my little chin hairs. They are now a beard, chat.
It's there.
Yeah. Speaking of which, that's actually something I learned while I was in Disney World. That booty shorts and or beards do not work for everybody. I can't tell you how many pancakes I saw hanging out of like booty shorts that shouldn't have been. How many kegger booty cheeks was hanging out of like Daisy Dukes that shouldn't have been. And I can't tell you how many musty neck beards I saw that it was like, bro, it's too hot. Just cut that off. You look like an unhappy, angry Santa Claus, and that's not okay. So
I don't like the ones that like, are you gonna comb your beard out? Comb your neck out, please.
right, buddies was having like, I got locks, but these fools was having dreadlocks coming off their beard. Like, it's like, are you okay? Like, Peter, just cut it, please. Um, but yeah, we can go ahead and move forward here. To just I wanted to kind of get your thoughts on the overall experience of Summer Games Fest. Now, technically, I do know that it's supposed to be all month long, but essentially, all the big events are out of the way. The only thing that people are expecting at this time is a speculated Nintendo direct coming in the next week or two that will be within the month of June potentially, but but it's still kind of its own separate thing. Um, like, yeah, where are you on Summer Games Fest? Like, how much of it did you consume? Was this like better for you? Do you kind of like miss like the traditional E3 format? Like, what are your thoughts?
All right, I missed the E3 one just because it was like more like I feel like it was more genuine. It's more people there. It's more like on not fan, but like people
Hey,
there
can you grab me a water?
connect type versus they just talking to a camera the whole time and like CGI and green screen animation. But the Summer Games Fest, I just watched it for the big reveal. I haven't watched any more of it really. So any of the I read like what was mostly coming out. I kind of forgot, but I could pull it up. But I read what else was coming out, and nothing else like really caught my eye. I'm sure gonna play like other stuff. I'm sure they gonna like fix some things around and change it around and add add some stuff here and there. But other than what was that June 9th when it came out? I just
Mm-hmm.
watched it that one time.
Yeah, and I kind of agree. Like, I think that in the absence of E3, I think that Summer Games Fest is doing what it should be doing. But I also feel like because Summer Games Fest is doing so well, though I feel like overall, like this year's was maybe like a C plus B minus range. I think that
Mhm.
last year's in some ways was a little better. Um, I do feel like it is creating an environment for a lot of these publishers and developers and everything in between to realize that there are cheaper ways to get your game on Main Street. Because I mean, when E3 comes around, these publishers are paying thousands upon thousands of dollars to rent out booths and spaces to put demos out there, and have they have to have people, paid people, proprietoring those demos, and everything in between. Versus this is like, all right, hey, let's get a camera guy, let's get a couple people out the office, let's record this and send it over to our editing team for them to get this together, and we're done. Um,
Mhm.
so I get the convenience, especially for the industry, why this format could work. But I really do miss the energy that E3 brought when it was like when all of the Titans were essentially in one building, and it was that thing of, oh my god, who's gonna win E3?
Yeah, who's gonna have
Who?
the best
Yeah,
reveal drop? Now they doing what was that PlayStation June 9th? Bethesda did theirs a couple of days after a week. Yeah.
yeah, I mean, exactly, and that was my thing. Like beforehand, like E3 in its prime, you would get Nintendo, PlayStation, EA, Xbox, and like Ubisoft and Bethesda. They would be like, all right,
Mhm.
hey, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, we lining up. We all gonna go. We gonna have this pissing contest. Let's see whose stream is gonna last the longest and shoot out the furthest. And it made for really good entertainment, and it really gave off vibes of like, and I don't mean to disrespect the NBA finals, but the NBA finals are played over up to 7 games. But with the Super Bowl, the Super Bowl is it. Like, there's that one game. We're going to figure out who the champion is, and we are going to celebrate. We're going to have a cool halftime show, and we're going to have funny commercials. Boom. Like, that's what E3 used to be. It was like that one focus weekend where everything crazy would come out, and then through the week you would get some smaller stragglers and other things that you might be interested in, but we were all there for E3 weekend. Um
Mhm.
and like I said, this format is cool. I like the fact that if you are maybe a guy that, like, for instance, for me, I was out of town on vacation with my family for that weekend, so everything was sprinkled out. I was able to catch a little bit more than I would have if it was just E3 weekend and I was gone. But
Yeah.
at the same time, like I said, I really, really miss the ability to just say, "Hey, I'm off this weekend. I'm sitting at home. The friends are coming over. We're gonna get some popcorn, and we're gonna see what big games are gonna be out here in the next year or two." But all in all, I think it was a fair show. I think Jeff Keighley has something special on his hands. And I also see that E3 made an announcement saying that they will be back next year. So I'm curious to see where that fits in. And and how that will reflect the industry moving forward, if it will at all, in that, if, for that matter. Um, but you have any last thoughts on E3, on Summer Game Fest, where you would like things to go potentially?
I'm just if they coming back next year, I'm excited for that because I want to. I feel like some people might stay away, but I feel like it's gonna be more people that go. Some people might have masks on, but I feel like it's gonna be more people that go because I feel like a bunch of people miss E3. Like
Yeah,
the digital world is awesome. Like working from home, digital world is awesome. But sometimes, like just actually being there is like
yeah,
fun. Like imagine if they had Disney World digital, like
yeah.
you just take a virtual walk through Disneyland and meet everybody and talk to them. Like, no. And you decide if you want to be like, like how you said you have to say you're looking for scrap metal. Y'all took a virtual walk through the planet and it was like, oh, I'm looking for a lightsaber, but you made choices versus you
Right.
actually being there and getting heckled and pushed around. It's like, it's just sometimes there's
Yeah.
something different about being actually there.
Yeah, and that's my thing. Like I know, like when me and my wife got together, when E3 was still fairly healthy, like I always talk to her, like, man, I really want to go to an E3 just one time, one time, one time. And it's so different now. It's struggling to stay alive, and there's like these weird, like cyber events that they're trying to do. Like my first like physical E3 can't be a cyber E3. I guess
Yeah.
technically it wouldn't be my first physical E3, but like you get what I'm saying though. Like it's just like a completely different vibe. Like it's like going to a baseball game, football game versus watching it on TV. Like watch it on TV is nice and you get commentators and commercials and so on and so forth, but you're
Yeah, you don't gotta
missing
deal with that in person.
yeah, but you're missing out on the energy of being there and feeling the crowd rumble. Like you feel the crowd's explosion rumbling under your feet, and that speaks for something.
Mm-hmm.
So I think even if E3 does go away forever, I really hope that Summer Games Fest does find a way to create a open live event for fans to attend that in some way is a spiritual successor to like the heydays of E3. But who knows? Maybe we'll get it, maybe we won't. I don't know. Lady Gunner,
Hmm?
guess what?
What?
You got to guess.
I don't know. What's the category? What's the pretext?
Guess what?
You finna give me $100?
No, I'm not about to give you $100. I'm about to give you our last topic of the day, which is PlayStation Plus Premium is live. Uh,
I tried
PlayStation,
it.
right? PlayStation Plus Premium launched on the 13th. I want to say, yep, it was on the 13th. And it's live now. It's been out for roughly about a week, and people are out there. People are playing around. They're testing classic games. They're streaming PS3 games and everything in between. Are you a subscriber?
No, not yet. I really been trying to save up for that Switch, and I don't know if I told y'all last episode, but I recently just got like a job. I've been here for about a month now, so
Right, right.
not this to catch up
Carrying
on what I really
those toilets and AC units. I remember.
like. Them toilet. When I come on stream and I'm built like She-Hulk, do not say nothing. I'm banning you. But
Oh
I
no,
um
she said
I'm
she
just been
coming
trying
through
to
with the
like
Brock Lesnar shoulders. Watch out, y'all.
if I come in here like this, don't say nothing. Pretend I'm still small and feminine. But I'm trying to upgrade my whole like stream setup. Got pay my little brother back. He bought me a PlayStation 5 and
Yeah, yeah,
got
yeah.
stuff to catch up on. But I'm about to get that Switch so I can pre-order that Pokemon.
Oh,
But
oh.
other than that, nah.
Yeah.
Get my pre-orders, but I want to get the what you got, the $100 one?
Yeah, the premium. Yeah, and it's I've honestly I've not gotten too much time with it just yet. But I did go ahead and get that locked in here within the last couple days, and it seems to be pretty cool. Um, there are a lot more games available on PlayStation Plus Premium than I expected. I have queued a couple downloads, games that were indie games that I either did not have time for at the time that they launched, or games that I was interested in that I was just too busy or too broke to pay for at the time.
Yeah, have you played anything yet?
Um, no. Um, so that's something I've been trying to save for a stream. I actually got back Thursday around lunchtime. I spent most of Friday kind of recovering because we were walking like 5 to 10 miles every day in like 90+ degree weather. Um,
Yeah.
and then I woke up to you. So hello. Um,
Hello.
and you guys too in the chat. I like you guys too, but Lady Gunner's better. She talks to me and you guys don't. But like I said,
I still love you guys.
yeah, I just love you more. It's okay. Um, and don't get it twisted. I love my wife most. She's the bestest. Anyway, um, yeah, but all in all, like it seems to be really cool. I'm excited to jump in. I seen Perry playing some Tekken 2. I definitely want to play some Ape Escape. I know you were kind of like saying that you want to get it by itself just to kind of get into those classic Jack and Daxter games.
Yeah, just to see, and then probably after that, I'll probably upgrade.
Yeah.
But yeah.
And another cool feature, and I know we talked about this weeks ago, but the game trials, they seem like a pretty nice thing to have. And I was surprised, like there's maybe like 10 different game trials right now, and those last for a couple hours, where you can kind of get in, try those games, and you can buy them at that point if you would like, which is cool because I know Steam has that has a 2 hour policy where you can buy a game, and so long as you play it for less than 2 hours, you know you can request a refund for any reason, no questions asked. um so I think it's kind of cool to have the ability to try a game for a few hours without having to pay the money, and then if you like it, you can pay up for it. What is that smirk for? Have you been abusing the Steam refund policy, Lady Gunner?
No, no. It's something else. But yeah. So
Beautiful Joe, what up, Brody? How you doing, man? How you doing?
Beautiful Joe. Oh,
Yeah, that's a deep cut, Capcom.
Shredder's Revenge for me.
Yeah, well, unfortunately, Shredder's Revenge is not available on PlayStation Plus Premium as of now, but that it is coming with a discount. I think it's like $23 if you have PlayStation Plus. I actually did buy Shredder's Revenge. I plan on doing a review on it. I've played a couple levels with my kids. We had a lot of fun. I actually got my wife to play 2 levels with us. That was also pretty fun. And then we are planning on trying to get together a stream next weekend where the Blerd crew will hop on and play some Ninja Turtles Shredder's Revenge. So if that sounds fun, we'll probably have some Jinx, some chill vibes, some trash talk, and some turtles. Talking turtles, pull up for that. But like all in all, I think I'm gonna be happy with the PlayStation Plus Premium. But one thing I'm not happy about, there's not a lot of PS1 games on it right now. There's like 3. Like that, I want to say there was Tekken 2. We had Intelligence Cube, which is like a classic game, and then I want to say well, maybe more like 5, but still, like I would like to see them start to expand on that. Let's get some Mega Man in there, some Mega Man
Oh
Legends
my
1 and
god,
2.
yes, Mega Man was the best.
Yeah, like I'm sure there's like some type of like licensing or legal like clearance that they may have to get through. But if you manage to still own a PS Vita or a PS3 and you look at the PlayStation 1 Classic section on there are hundreds of games that we could have available, and none of those guys are available just yet. That kind of sucks. So I hope that we get
Yeah.
it soon. Um, but nonetheless, so that is so. But PlayStation Plus Premium is something that you plan on buying.
Yeah. I was thinking of something, but yeah, but right now I'm gonna start off with the little basic for Jack and Dexter. And once I beat all of those, and I plan on streaming those, but once I beat all of them, then I get the $100 one and
Oh
see what's out there.
yeah, I mean
Cause
there's some.
Jack and Dexter, I love that game, but I was never able. I wasn't really a big gamer until like my high school days, and that was just like mediocre. Just come home from school and play for like a couple of hours.
Yeah.
But I play like what was that? The Last of Us and Modern Warfare 2 all day, every day.
Ooh, I know you ready for the Last of Us remake.
Yes,
Man,
yes.
people are so mad at it, but I'm so ready for it. I'm gonna play
Why are they
that
mad at
game.
it?
People, well, because the Last of Us the original is not a particularly old game. I mean, it is like 10 years old or something like that, and it came out on PS3. People are upset because they feel like it's not been enough time for it to get a remake. But at the same time, I find that weird because we got
Yeah,
PS.
y'all want to wait 25 years for a remake?
Yeah,
Like what?
it's weird because like when you think about it this way, PS3 is when that game came out. And we got the remake 2 generations later on the PS5. Like we did have the remastered port that came to PS4, which was fine, but that was not a remake. But when you look at it, when we got, and I don't know if you're a big fan of Shadow of the Colossus, but Shadow of the Colossus is a really awesome game. It came out towards the end of PS2. We
Mm-hmm.
got a remake for Shadow of the Colossus on the PS4, and everyone lost their minds. And that was 2 generations later. And here we are now with The Last of Us getting a remake 2 generations later, and for some reason people are upset. I don't know,
Yeah,
you know,
I
where
played
that
that when
logic comes
it
from.
was on PS3. Moved over to the PS4, played with my friends on there, and then it just started slowly dying out. The
Yeah.
one on the what's the other Last of It? Wasn't there another Last of
Hmm.
Us that came out?
Yeah, The Last of Us Part 2.
Oh no, because they ain't have a multiplayer mode on there, do they?
So The Last of Us 1 has a multiplayer mode on it, which is called Factions. So they are still working on Factions because they want to have a multiplayer component to it. Um, but they have not, other than saying, "Hey, we know that you guys missed Factions mode, and we're working on something for Factions fans." We don't actually know what it actually is just yet. So hopefully we'll get something about that soon. Because I mean, I know the Last of Us Part 1 remake is supposed to be out. I think in September is what they said. So maybe it'll be released alongside that, and they just haven't announced it yet. I don't know. Maybe it will actually truly be its own game. Oh my God, Beautiful Joe said you haven't played Last of Us 2
Oh
yet. Please go play it. It's a superb game.
no.
It's a superb game.
Oh, I about to say no. Don't do it. Don't do it. He's lying. He's lying. Don't
What?
do it.
No, it's an amazing game. It's a
No.
stressful game. It will stress you out. It
It's
will.
stressful. Then the ending, I'm mad that she made the choice that she made. I'm
Okay,
not gonna
okay,
tell
okay,
you,
okay,
but it's
okay,
gonna be a
okay, okay.
choice that makes you so mad, and it's gonna be like, I did all of this for what? Don't do it. I'd rather you just watch it on YouTube and just
So
experience it through there.
so
Don't do it
so
to yourself.
so this is what I'm going to recommend to my man's Beautiful Joe, who I'm supposed to see tomorrow. We're still recovering from a super long week at Disney World, but I think we're gonna make it. Because my guy Beautiful Joe and his fiance have put together a wonderful idea, a Father's Day like semi barbecue and kickball game, which
Hmm.
sounds really fun and amazing. And you're not invited, so you can't come. Sorry, guys. But anyway, go and play. Maybe at this point, since you've not played part 2 yet, wait for Last of Us Remake 1 to come out. It's supposed to be out in September. Play through it. And then once you've like reinstilled that bond and you have refreshed the feelings that you have for Joel and Ellie and Tommy and Tess and everyone else, at that point, go and play The Last of Us 2. Okay? Because The Last of Us 2 is an amazing game. Um, is it like is it better than the first? I don't know. It's hard to say. I think like gameplay wise, it's better than the first. Story wise, it's debatable. But they definitely both make a statement and tell the stories that they want to tell, and they tell them in a very unapologetic way. Lady Gutter, stop telling that man to do stuff, okay? I'm
I
telling him to
didn't
do
say
stuff.
anything.
Okay. Don't lip him to do stuff either, okay? Um, so in 1 second, my wife just texted me. I'm sure she's talking about my children that are upstairs being loud that should be quiet. Yes, that is exactly what that was about. See, I can podcast and yell at my kids at the same time. Dad level 37.
Multitask.
Yeah. But anyway, let's go ahead and get into recommendations here. Lady Gunner, what recommendation do you have for the chat?
My recommendation is just enjoy life, man. Life is short. Go out there, see your friends if you have to, parents, nephews, nieces, anybody you haven't seen in a while. Go out there and see them. Go out there and see them. Like, get out here and like do some stuff. Father's Day coming up, and now I don't have a father, so I don't know what I'm gonna do.
It's
But
okay.
not trying to make
You
just
can
go out
just
here.
give me a Father's
Happy
Day gift,
Father's
bro.
Day. Happy Father's Day, great.
Thank you.
But just go out here and enjoy life. I ain't really my dad was a truck driver and I moved at the house, so I ain't seen him that much, but seen everybody else now, mom, family, sisters. My sister just went to Purdue.
Oh,
So
congrats.
I'm finna drive out there and see her probably in a couple of months. But get out there and enjoy life, see people, have fun. Don't cancel. If you can, help it. If you just tired, find energy, go up there and see people, see your friends. Everybody, you only got one life. Drake said it best, YOLO. You only got one life. Get out there.
Right. You only live once. YOLO, bro. We out here. But yeah, that is definitely an absolute noble and wonderful recommendation to make. My recommendation is gonna be a little more fancy, a little more expensive. Okay.
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 Look, y'all. Look, y'all. Go to Disney World, okay? Go to Disney World, please.
I haven't been yet, so you know what? I'm gonna put that on my bucket list.
Like, absolutely. Go to Disney World. It's fun. It's amazing. It is an experience like none other. Yes, it can be very expensive. But it is super duper worth it. Like you talk about escapism, Disney World is escapism at its finest. Just go. Like enjoy yourselves. Go to Epcot, have some hot sake, then go and have some wine from France in the French pavilion, and then go back to the Japanese pavilion and buy anime stuff, and then go to Canada and get some maple beer. Like all in one park, y'all. Like, man. And then make a lightsaber, at
It's a
Hollywood
10 to 15
Studios.
mile walk per day, so be ready for
Yeah,
that.
we was out there. Like I had my smartwatch on. When I tell you we were making we had like 15, 20,000 steps a day. It was crazy. It was crazy. But yeah, definitely y'all. Go to Disney World, have those experiences. As Lady Gunner said, go see your family. You only got one life to live. You know what?
Take your family to Disney World.
Exactly. There you go. And that's how because Perry right now is tied up in my basement and I won't let him out. That's going to be his unofficial recommendation today is to combine ours. Go meet up with your family and then go to Disney World with your family.
Yep.
Right? But yeah, thank you so much for everybody for stopping by today. You guys know how this goes. You can catch us every week here on Blerd on twitch.tv/Blerd Line Podcast. We got our social links in the chat. So definitely go and check those out. We are on YouTube. We have uploads. Like if you miss anything on the show, we are uploading clips of the shows and the full shows on YouTube Monday through Friday, usually at 12 noon every day. Sometimes I'm a scatterbrain and I do 12 midnight instead by accident, so I'm sorry. But nonetheless, Captain NU, of course, pulling up on us, T Will the Don, Welfare Junkie, Slub Love, of course, my girl, Lady Gunner. Hey, girl. Um, and everyone else in between. I just want to let you know that you deserve the hardiest gang.
And we gonna call our silent viewers our shadow ninjas.
Yes,
We
our
thank you
shadow
for
lurkers.
joining too.
But nonetheless, I do apologize. I don't have our traditional closing because I forgot to upload it into my broadcasting software here. So what I'm gonna do is I am gonna leave you with the outro for Dad Pat Gaming today. So enjoy, guys.